off the boot of Ben Donaldson. We are underway in Pool C. Australia and Fiji. And it's a first touch for Viliama Mata.
Use it!
Powerhouse number 8 for Fiji.
Now 9.
New halfback Kudavoli sends it into the air, replacing Frank Lamani. It's nicely taken down by Carter Gordon on halfway, but hammering defence comes in. Australia will get a chance to play, though, and play early. The veteran hooker, James Slipper. A little high up around the neck of Jordan Petsaya, and he landed awkwardly, playing under advantage here, Australia. Petsaya yet to get up. Well, he's getting his boot back on, I think, the issue, but just creeping up early.
Yeah, nothing too dangerous, but did slip up. Definitely a penalty.
Just slipped up high.
Good little bit of intent here from Australia, coming through the middle. The kickoff was a good high hanging one. And you can see just the arm around the neck there. Well, going for the corner. Ben Donaldson, man of the match in the opening game, Australia's opening game. Kicked superbly. And that, too, is a pretty decent start for Eddie Jones and his coaching team.
2 and 2 at the front, Pokes.
Oh, the crowd love to hate Eddie Jones, don't they?
Not the most popular bloke in St Etienne as Australia through Rob Valentini bring down a nice line-out ball, and they'll peel away here with Angus Bell driving hard. Early pressure coming on Fiji's defensive line as Australia, who made a fast start against Georgia, look to do the same here.
Regathered.
Able to regain control as Valentini peels away. Wrestled, eventually to the ground. Another advantage for Australia. Second high shot. So early discipline going against Fiji.
Well, sometimes you've got to take a team on at their strength, and Fiji's strength against Wales was certainly their forwards, their tight 5 in particular. Controlled the ball, controlled possession, controlled field position as a result of that. So far, Australia picked and gone. They've carried up the middle. They've committed those big Fijian forwards into the breakdown. They've forced a couple of high tackles now. Just that left arm wrapping around the head there. That's the problem. The first hit was pretty decent, actually, from Joshua Tuisova. Shot at goal. Good chance for Australia to get ahead right at the start, and deservedly so.
As you said, Ben Donaldson, 25 points in the opening match against Georgia, 6 from 7 kicking, scored a couple of tries. Heck of a World Cup debut. This is just his 5th test, and a chance to put Australia on the board early. An easy action and an easy strike for Ben Donaldson. Kicks an early penalty to put Australia up 3 points to 0 in the opening 3 minutes.
Simon Louis, experienced rugby player. Played for Fiji, 43 caps, played in a number of World Cups. He knows the game. He won't be too concerned about that first 3 that goes against them.
Tela for Fiji sends this one deep down to Valentini, who's had a prominent start. He's so strong with ball in hand. Rob Valentini.
Inside. Hold in front, Australia.
And Carter Gordon, the young fly half, will send this away.
Well, this is a good start for Australia. Doing the basics well, keeping it simple. Just to catch one carry, straight back to the kicker. Decent clearance. We probably have wanted a little bit more on it, but it's good enough to get them out of the red zone.
Matavesi with his first throw finds Nasilisila in the middle of the line out, and Fiji able to peel away through Butsia. Starting in the number 7 jersey, the versatile veteran Gordon shot up out of the line. It's there for Thirikidaveta. Siahiwaru Thirikidaveta with his first carry. And Fiji already crashing in. Australia putting some shots on early. Karevi that time it was. The big Fijian forwards lining up one after the other. Now they go through the hands and out the back to try and create some space wide. The bounce is kind, the bump is massive. Put a volley. Silasila again. Teller again. They go wide early, standing out here by himself. Semi Randraja flicks the ball back in for Noyafalevu, who's claiming he was tackled off the ball by Carter Gordon. He might have an argument, Fiji's captain, as the ball's gone into touch.
Yeah, we've got timing's good, what's he? Yeah, we've got timing good, mate. Agree, bro. Thanks, mate.
Well, nice and physical already.
Yeah.
Oh, that's quite high as well, isn't it, Valentini?
Yeah.
It's always a brutal game when
Good, Chris.
Fiji are involved. Just trying to smash it up. Just get a little bit of physical dominance.
Semi.
Maybe need to stop those big long skip passes to start.
Viliami Mata just had a little bit of treatment. He's back in the line, and away come Fiji. And here's Noyafalevu, the captain, with a first rampaging up over the halfway line. There for Kuravoli just to have a little dart. He's manhandled to the ground. Altavesi and Noyafalevu, captain. Australia tried to shoot up quickly. Again, they go wide for Mata, who stayed out roaming on this left-hand side. Looked to get the arms free, instead just pumps the legs and peels off another few metres for Kuravoli to clear away. Spinning out of one is Tuisova into the lineup this weekend for Fiji. Tipped on quickly. Tangi Valu steps out of one, but it's gone forward. But Australia, Fiji rather, giving it some air early.
And doing it really well. Just that final little pass going forward. There's two long skip passes, just allowed the defence to shift, and since then they've just tried to keep the ball in the channels. Beautiful ball. And, oh, there was a man on the outside as well. They created the space well, just couldn't get that final pass in.
Just left, dude. Thank you. Thanks, mate.
Yeah, we could just see that Lakima Kivalu was just out wide. He had lots of space. It was a difficult pass to get outside to him, and if he'd have taken that and if he'd have got the ball in his hands, it would have been a different scenario. So finally, just it became diffused by the Australians, but we've got a scrum, but good attacking prowess from the Fijians.
First scrum of the match, both teams excellent in this area in their opening matches.
Good.
And that is rock solid as well for Nick White to clear away. Samu Karevi will batter it up and run over the first Fijian defender. It's nice and quick for White again. There's Richie Arnold, late replacement into this match. No captain Will Skelton for Australia today. This one coming down for Randraja. Nawangani Tuasi, though, he's so good in the air, couldn't quite handle it. And it'll be Fiji ball, the knock-on from Nawangani Tuasi, but first signs of that aerial prowess of this exciting young winger.
Oh, it's a great kick, isn't it? Nick White, what a great kick that is. Into the traffic. Perfectly weighted and almost regathered. Oh, it's going to be brutal, this, isn't it? I said before, and Karevi is a big man. He carries it up strongly. He's dominant ball in hand. It's a real battle of the physical midfielders today.
Same on their ball. Seconds. Crouch!
First scrum was a thing of beauty, wasn't it? And that's coming from a backline player.
Okay, let's go again. Quick reset.
It was immovable.
Quickly, fellas, let's go. Thank you.
Taniela Tupou for Australia either. James Slipper starting on the tight head side, a rare thing for him to do despite his vast experience.
Bind! Set! Use it!
Kuravoli needs to get it out of there as it starts to wheel around, and they'll get it reset and continue with the feed.
Well, they had a go, didn't they, the Fijians? They got told to use it, try to just get that little shove on and earn the penalty.
Yeah, mate, yeah.
Andrew Brace decided
here?
rather a reset.
Okay, let's go quickly.
It's a great contest in the scrum, isn't it? The first one was rock solid, the second one almost rock solid. Australia will be happy.
Quickly then, fellas, please.
Spoke with Eddie Jones earlier. Sorry, Joel. He just underlined the importance of the set pieces out there today. Got to be really, really stringent, very, very strict and disciplined, because that's where they're going to win the ball.
Bear in mind, James Slipper playing tight head for only the third time in his career.
Set. Stay high. And
Front rows go down. Kuravoli has to use it, and he does so for Tela. Nayatha Levu, Randradra's come flying in off his wing. Here's Wainagolo looking to get around the outside. Instead, chopped back in field, just about keeps his feet. As Fiji pour forward, big, hard run. And the ball and the retention is quick as well. Good spot tackle made, though, this time by Australia. Fiji this time, though, getting a penalty as Kuravoli takes it all upon himself. He's called back as the penalty is played as it opened up for the halfback.
Well, there's a part of me that thinks there's a bit of justice there, because he did try and milk the penalty, but throwing the pass into Richie Arnold, who was lying on the floor.
Please. Don't pass the ball into him on the floor, okay?
Yeah, that's just trying to milk it. I think the whistle is probably a fair call, to be honest.
Fall him onside. Effective quick ball.
Good bit of attack play, though, from Fiji. Moved it wide nicely. Just got their runners on the outside, coming back in field. Coming at pace over the gain line, real gain line success. It's interesting that Kuravoli is going to be doing the kicking at goal.
Tita Tela kicked 1 from 3 against Wales, and Frank Lamani, the other halfback, added a couple. So yes, Kuravoli given the responsibility. This one right in front, 40-odd metres out. Strikes it really well. Distance is good, direction is excellent, and Fiji are on the board with their first penalty. And we're all square, 3 points each in Saint-Etienne.
Well, they certainly had some kicking issues against Wales. That's a pretty decent start, though, from the scrum off Simeone Kuravoli. Decent strike. As he kicked it, he had a slight hesitation. It curled in nicely. 3 apiece.
Australia send the restart deep down into Fiji territory, fielded by Tela, who returns favour. This is a good chance for Australia to build again on the 10-metre line.
Good gap.
Carbon copy of the Australian exit, wasn't it?
More. Over.
Australia got it well controlled in the back through the captain, Poreki. The captaincy today in just his 17th test, is having a little peek. It's nice and organised, and they've peeled off some great metres now for White to be able to clear off and try and get his back line going, but no way through the defence of Tuisova or White, just scampering down that blind side, just wrapped up by prop forward Rone Maui. As Australia hit the 22 and Kurumbeti plays halfback. Here's Tom Hooper. Again, trying to find a little seam in that Fiji defence as Carter Gordon is absolutely bent in half. The ball goes forward into touch, and Fiji's defence stands rather firm.
Oh, he is just smudged on that blind side. Australia hitting around the fringes and then going blind again. That ball had gone. There may well have been a bit of space on the outside, but it needed to go. Oh, that's got to hurt. Wowza.
Yeah.
Could feel that up here in the stadium.
Last one, both of you. No, just both of you, higher bind. Yeah.
I did talk about plate tectonics, Joel, earlier. The fact that hit going. Look at his body position when he's going in for that tackle. You know, he's basically at 45 degrees, so he's already in a perfect position to actually go in. There was another player just outside, but that hit just to bring down the fly half for Australia. Carter Gordon, absolutely perfect.
Well, Australia will be really worried about this, won't they? Problems in the front row already. Slipper now with a bit of problem on one of his ankles, getting it strapped up.
He's had a foot tendon issue, James Slipper, in the build-up to the tournament, one that he sort of thought might, a couple of weeks back, really stop him from playing. So
it was a good contest.
He just cannot afford to lose another front rower.
I thought it was a good contest. Okay, happy, fellas? Happy? Come on.
It is a beautiful occasion, isn't it? The crowd are just getting involved now. It is just so special.
13 minutes gone, 3 points apiece, a penalty either side for Fiji and Australia as Simeone Kuravoli will eventually dig this out. In fact, we're going to reset the scrum. The first one was a thing of beauty, you said, Joel Stransky. The preceding haven't been quite so good.
The second one was pretty tough and pretty close, and then the next two have just been a little bit messy. And Andrew Brace has been quite patient, to be honest. Some refs may well have put the arm up there against one or the other.
I don't want you head-on-head. Alignment.
Some strapping going on the knee, it looks like, of Liame Mata as well.
Guys, last two scrums have been messy, okay? Come on.
Nothing serious. It was really quick. Looked more like the line-out lifting strapping than actual problem with his leg.
Straight. Good heights. Crowds. Point. Stable.
This time Kuravoli does get it away, and Fiji look to spread quickly, and they've created space here for Semi Randraja to power up over halfway. Massive shot coming across. Samu Karevi put the shoulder in and didn't miss. Kuravoli up to the 10-metre line. Fiji on attack, but conceding the penalty is excellent work in there. Ben Donaldson coming up with it.
Beautiful little move there, trying to free Randraja up on the outside.
Clearly got back on side.
Came inside and took the hit.
Over the ball.
Just a little bit of a protection of the ball. Look at this, ball in one hand, the flying winger. Oh, smashed.
Yeah, wonderful reaction from the bench. The Australian bench, of course, just getting behind that that little jackal. Very important for Australia. Of course, they've got to prove that they can work at the breakdown, rip that ball. Pierre-Henri Boncard, the French maul and coach, has been working really hard on getting in there, the speed of getting in and trying to jackal the ball, make the turnover.
Parecki's been good from the line out. He continues to be so. Carter Gordon now up to the line. Little switch of play for Valentini through the middle, trying to punch a hole instead. He's lost the ball forward, and it's hacked away awkwardly by the lock forward, Narcilla. I'll go back and play the knock-on, fortunately, because that had landed straight in the arms of Kurabeti.
He'll be really happy to have heard the whistle blow that time round. Great steal again. Contact. Brutal. Head down. Valentini carrying it up strongly, but doesn't hang on. He is a cool, calm and collected man. He reminds me a little of Sia Kolisi in some ways. Just has the same charisma, the same demeanor. Just always looks in control, always calm, always leading.
Same again, please. Crowds.
Midfield scrum for Fiji. It's just slightly off centre, 25 metres out from their own post, and they've shown the willingness to run from deep early on. Expect more of the same. Exactly. Trying to get wide early again too. Wainegolo with his elusive running style. The offload's only found his opposite though. His opponent Nick White. Here's Nawangani Tuwasi. He puts boot to ball. It's bounced back in the hands of the Australians. Bouncing around all over the place. It was Tom Hooper who scooped it up. So Australia look to counter again through McWright. That's a good charge.
Wait.
This promising Australian forward trying to work down a short side. Oh, Karevi almost got rid of Taylor. Still there for Australia though, and Nick Frost this time. Making good metres with each carry, and now White will turn around and try and find some open territory at the back, and the kick's going to dribble dead.
Yeah. Option. Okay.
Aussie fans chin in the palm of their hands, not understanding the decision. There was a bit of space to kick into, to be fair, but I'm not sure Korebeta was ready to make the chase either, which is important. Nice play down the blind side, yeah, and Karevi almost away. He's big, strong and powerful. See a little bit of space, but there's no real chase from Korebeti, and didn't get the bounce he needed. A little unlucky with the bounce, really.
Yeah, when you're ready, mate. No, I was just saying when you're ready.
He does have quite possibly the worst moustache in World Rugby. And
the worst or the best?
Or the best, quite possibly. I did enjoy seeing him twirl it in the little mems.
Never has a moustache suited a person quite as much. Here's Kuravoli now, as it's a good scrum for Fiji again, and once more. Kusova this time, just so hard to put down. Sessi this time will bang it down the middle of the field. Donaldson's back there in plenty of time, sweeping across, patrolling the backfield. Ben Donaldson, he's been very assured in all he's done so far in this entire World Cup, and that's a great exit as well.
Yeah, there's probably not been too much stress on the territorial game just yet, but it's parity in terms of the physicality, the set piece. Australia playing a little bit more up the middle, Fiji playing a little bit wider. You can understand them all of a sudden a little bit of kicking Fiji. And looking at territory.
5.
Neither team has given a quarter in this opening 20 minutes. Parity across the board, very few errors as Butsia peels away. Good tackle made on him by Poreki, but Matavesi is there to bring Fiji up over halfway and get a penalty as well. Going against Fraser McWright, losing his feet.
Because you're on the wrong side, number 8, taking the space.
Just shows you if you play quickly from the line out, there's that 10-metre space to run into. They came around the corner very quickly, did Fiji. Some good, quick, easy space made. And it's going to be another shot at goal for Simeone Kuravoli.
8 taking the space.
Been very impressed by the discipline of Fiji. You know, coming out of the Wales game, and they've just showed that they really work hard to try not to commit that and give away penalties, foolish penalties, working really hard, and on that occasion just getting one for themselves. You know, it's good work that they do, and good collective work from the forwards, but also the backs getting involved. Great work at the breakdown and working their socks off.
Hold still, please, Australia.
This one now 45 odd on the angle, Joel.
Yeah, the shot clock worries me. He does take his time.
Intense focus. Again, the distance is no problem, nor is the direction. It's superb kicking from Simeone Kuravoli to put Fiji in front with a second penalty, 6 points to 3.
Well, that's a great strike. Under enormous pressure, his team back against the walls. Pressure on this young scrum half. It's a superb kick.
Fiji having now nudged just in front as it's brought down by Viliami Matsa.
And use it!
Fiji fans singing, echoing around. Carter Gordon will stand firm underneath this one, brings it down just his own side, but again it's just ragdolled into the sideline.
Well, there's a couple of issues around a kick for possession. If you place it near the touchline and it's well weighted, you can get the man into touch and win the line out. Perfect kick again. He's had a good start to this game, Simeone Kuravoli.
Step, please, on the line. Come in, Fiji. Fiji.
Shortened line out for Fiji. It's there for Nasilisila. Oh, Kuravoli flicks it. Clever little ball back in field for Tangi Valu. Runners just ready to peel around the corner.
Good contest, then went off.
The referee has a good contest, but Fiji maintaining possession. Tuisova again, puncturing this Australian line. Tangi Valu once more, his second carry in the movement. He's driven back in another good hit. Australia's defence has been very well organised so far, even though it might bend every so often. Matavesi tips it on for Tangi Valu. Oh, stolen away. Australian hands play on is the call, and White will just hack this away downfield. It's a huge trace for Randradra. The bounces perfect for Australia. It's a 50-22. Oh, gone quickly. Have Australia here. Sabu Karevi, ball back in field for Noanga Netawasi. They caught Fiji napping.
was good.
And Mark Nawaqanitawase has struck for Australia.
Well, they have a reputation for being the thinkers of World Rugby Australia. They always come up with a way, they make a plan. Boy, have they made a plan this time round. Great kick from Nick White. Got the 50-22. And then take it. This is where the turnover came. Oh, I'm not sure how you can get away with playing the ball on the ground like that. The kick was a great one, though, to be fair. And Rojo was trying to get back there. The bounce just too good.
Not happy, knock on. Yeah.
It's well taken and brilliantly thought out. Just not sure the foundation on which it was built was right.
And that last break, I'm happy.
Maya Thalevu is still having words with the referee, Andrew Brace. But it was heads-up play from Karevi and that man, Nawaqanitawase, a rising star of World Rugby, putting Australia in front.
Fiji hand. Okay, it's not time. Thank you.
Donaldson from wide, and it'll stay wide, so the margin will be 2. But Australia with the first try in the match, 8 points to 6.
Yeah, nice. I'm sorry.
Well, the sound of the crowd, I think, is enough said.
Crowd too, seeing it on the big screen. The points are on the board, and Australia have brought this one down well as they move forward. Just get it rolling nicely. Very close to that sideline, though. Very close, and the ball spilled on Fiji's side. Here goes Kuravoli, streaking away to the roar of the crowd again, up towards the 22, and then lost by Tangi, Luke Tangi down low.
That is clearly over.
Tight head prop, and a little rush of blood.
Clearly over, he's ran from there, guys, yeah.
Turnover ball, so much space to run into. Maybe a little bit of excitement there for the big fella.
Okay, left to the mark, guys, let's go.
It's a great steal, great turnover, out it comes.
Quickly,
Very quick to react was Kurivoli.
Yeah, advantage is over, he's clearly ran from there. Yeah.
Fast feet, stepping and going. Couldn't go and make the offload.
Left to the mark.
Well, you can tell who the crowd is supporting. I think every Frenchman in the stadium is wearing a white top today.
Time off.
Well, the roar you may have heard is from the crowd, and I think the TMO has come in to have another look at something. Okay. Perhaps the hit on Kuravoli as he went to ground.
I don't think there's too much wrong with it on the first look. Maybe a little bit around there, maybe a little bit high in terms of the hit. Forearm to the head from that angle.
But you can also see that Kuravoli dipping down into the Nick White challenge and the tackle, so you can obviously understand that they're just giving a penalty, which I think is the right decision.
Yeah, I did right. Certainly no more than a penalty.
It's on the 15 net.
He's such a wily contender, isn't he, the number 9 for Fiji, ducking and diving. Such a difficult player to tackle, where to put your body, because he's just slithering around in between defenders. Then all of a sudden he dips. And that's hence the reason why it's just a penalty. Makes sense.
I think the other element to this Fijian side is they just see a bit of space and they just want to get into the space. They just want to attack the gain line, get over, get going forward. Did it brilliantly on that time. Yeah, nice little touch from Nick White. I won't criticise his moustache again. That's a real gentlemanly touch.
Kuravoli having won the penalty for his side with that darting run. Chance to put his team back in front. Absolutely superb off the tee once more. Simeone Kurawole does just that, and Fiji nudge ahead as we head towards the half-hour mark. It's Fiji 9, Australia 8.
And use it!
Kurawole coming into the starting side for Frank Lomani, who's on the bench. Sends this one down. Gordon is back there. He's got good distance again, though. Very good touch finder once more from the halfback at the base.
It's sensational. What a great kick that is. They've made a lot of running meters, as you can see, but that is a superb kick.
The line, please.
Under pressure from the kickoff. Wanting to play downtown. It's a great result.
Parecki, nice quick ball off the top for Frost. Gordon. Now through the hands they go. Valentini has stopped in his tracks on halfway. So the ball is there for the Wallabies to clear, and it's the veteran front rower James Slipper who crashes it up. Gordon has got good footwork. Likes to take the ball to the line and fly half. Shot down this time again. Whiteside sends it up into the air. Coming forward to bring it. There's a collision of Fijian bodies, and it lands for Fraser McWright. Just a miscommunication by Fiji. And the kick, dribbling. Randradra there. Or to cover it.
Goal line, yeah.
Well, he'll be forced to take the goal line drop out. Australia putting some pressure on.
He won't mind that. It's done well to get back there. The kick was a little clever one as well, trying to find a bit of space there. Down the blind side again, Australia. Thought he might have a little dart infield, but covered.
All behind Fiji.
Fijians went up here. Not enough talk, I guess, in the back three. McWright is the man who capitalised.
The dropout goes 50-odd metres on the fly as Fraser McWright winds up. Rather, it's Tom Hooper.
Okay, last feet.
Winding up for Australia. They've been asking questions of the Fiji defence down here. Pitaya. And now it is with McWright up to the 22. Fiji's defence solid. Botia told to get out of there, so play on for Valentini.
Release now.
Hasn't been a lot of room for Rob Valentini just yet. Gordon from a standing start does really well. Angus Belley's good with ball in hand, the loose head prop. Maintaining possession nicely as Ngāwanganetawasi comes in for some close quarter work with his great footwork, but that's stolen by Fiji. Speaking of great, brilliant work over the ball.
Vanian Botia it was. He is a handful, isn't he? Mark Ngāwanganetawasi.
Strong over the ball, clear left.
Just such fast feet, steps, gets away. Just defenders find him so hard to bring to the ground.
No, there's no
when he did get to the ground, there was a quick release and a superb steal from Mbotia.
But Levani Botia, of course, playing for La Rochelle, very familiar with French soil. He does that all the time at La Rochelle. Two-time French champion, European champions, of course, under Ronan O'Gara. But what he does best, plays as a centre, but it can also play in the back row. And here he is doing what he does best, ripping the ball, getting down and making the turnover.
It is unbelievable that he plays both centre and flanker. That is Waseli Serevi. What a legend he is. I had the privilege of playing with him at the Leicester Tigers. What a champion of a human being.
More!
And a great player.
Keep it up!
What a player he was. There were some shots in him riding the roller coaster of the game against Wales the other day. He'll be happy with this, though, as they rumble forward and earn an advantage here. Good work from the line out for Fiji, and here's the penalty. Could have only wanted to go. Instead, the option just to slow it down.
Thanks, Wes. Number 3, collapsing them all. Thanks, mate.
Well, he's going to have a shot and accumulate points, or hope to accumulate points, we should say. It's been a strong defensive effort from Australia. You've got to say this Kiwi side, as much as they struggle to convert opportunities to points against Wales on the weekend, they've had a fair bit of go forward this afternoon. And once again, Australia's defence have stood firm. Their forwards have been impressive defending the mauls. When they've had the ball, they've played tight around the fringes. They've had a bit of go forward. It's been mainly the forwards carrying it up. Karevi once or twice. But that's really about what it's been.
And this pragmatic approach to try and take the points on offer when you've got a guy who has banged them over from over the place here. 52 metres with the angle. Simeone Kuravole. Oh, again, it's perfect.
Well, that's his best strike of the lot. Absolutely sweetly. Ruptures in the stands. And they're up by 4, Fiji. And all penalties. You expect them to be scoring tries. They're kicking their goals and they're out to the lead.
12 points to 8, Fiji lead. Nicely taken down by Wainagolo. Over on that right wing side, the Olympic gold medalist coming into the team today as well.
Use it! No, under the foot.
It's an area both teams have been very good exiting out of their own territory. Gordon again as they come flying down on him. It'll have a crack back at them this time. Carter Gordon has spied some space before he gets cut in half by Zoe Sol, with the ball spills free. And it's picked up by Tariki Daveta, and now Kuravole turn to try and turn the Australians around, sending it deep. Petaya
Hold.
gets a nice clearance away. Jordan Petaya, well, a nice clearance. It's an outstanding clearance.
Oh, he'll be happy with that one. Good idea from Kuravole, but the kick maybe not as good as it needed to be. And he probably has reason to smile after that kick. Neil Hatley, the forwards coach, he's worked a bit with England, worked with Bath. He's done a good job with the Australian forwards so far.
4.
Another great of the game there, World Rugby Women's Player of the Decade, Jessie Tremoulier, outstanding French player.
Take him
Looked
back.
thoroughly engrossed too, didn't she?
Hold on.
This one just a little bobble
Yeah.
from Kurebete. There's Donaldson with him. Kurebete
Outside.
slices this one slightly off the side of the boot, and it's easily brought in by Drosesi, who gets around the oncoming Kurebete and then makes his way up to halfway before he's ridden back by Valentini. There's no less heat in these tackles 35 minutes into the half. Flick ball out the back from Tangi Valu. Good hands down low from Matavesi. They're keeping the ball alive now.
Hold. Ball is there.
Fiji again, Gordon Ayatha-Levo, this time though from a standing start for Tariki Daveta, but playing advantage is referee Andrew Brace, so Tella can have a little crack at the line here and find some space up the middle.
Advantage offside, new advantage.
New advantage, so Australia just creeping up offside as Luke Pangi files a wild ball and they will play this penalty.
High tackle over there. High tackle 8 and offside here.
High tackle 8, offside, choice of penalties.
Here or there.
Might just be within range of the kicker,
Scored.
but not. Oh, there's trouble for Australia as well. Another problem in the second row. Richie Arnold was sat down.
Yeah, no, he's offside. Playing advantage for high tackle. Yeah, you're good.
Couple of minutes there of Fiji trying to keep the ball in hand again. We saw a little stage where both teams looked to just
play it down, so
look for a bit of territorial advantage. Fiji wanting to get it down there, kick the goals because the kicker's kicking brilliantly. It's a bit of a groin strain by the look of things, the way they're stretching him out. Oh, his injury woes must be... If he'd had any hair, would have fallen out with all the injuries that Australia have had.
It was getting quite a cagey 30-odd minutes. There's so much at stake for these teams, both teams that desire to attack, but also the importance of the match overall to accumulate those points.
And of course, you can't help but think that if Fiji do win today and Australia go on and beat Wales, it's going to come down to bonus points and points difference. It's going to be one of the pools where there's so much at stake in the last game or two to win 5 tries and score lines, and it's going to go to the wire.
Richie Arnold back into position as Wallaby World Cup winner. Joe Roff watches on. All the greats in the house today.
Oh, he's looking a little concerned, is Roffy. He'll be loving the back play though, won't he? There's some real outstanding wingers out there today.
Oh, first line out goes astray from Fiji. Australia are pinches, but they're going to get it back, are they? Yeah, getting locked in over that ball.
They're left on the ball.
Brilliant work to win it back.
I was wondering about the decision here. This is a great steal. Gets up brilliantly, does the man who came in as a late replacement, Nick Frost. Well, he didn't actually come in as a late replacement. He came in late, didn't he? Good steal.
Yeah, and of course it's Levani Bottia again. He is just unstoppable. Can't knock him off his feet. The moment he goes down, he's got those duck feet in that position. I mean, you know, they're pillars, and he is digging, and he'll win the ball every time.
This is a brave call now. Leading by 4. Just trying to twist their dagger a little bit. You guess 3 or 4 minutes to the half-time break. Haven't really had a ball down here in the real red zone.
Last line out was stolen, and so's this one. And it just stuck on the fingertips of Hengis Bell coming back through. It was Nick Frost again. A couple of great interventions from the big lock forward, and that allows Carter Gordon to send it away. Danger not over.
Well, if your second rows are stealing at line time, you can kick it out. Second one in a row that's just gone a little awry. Jumped in the front there, Frost.
Okay, Fiji, let's go, no huddles.
Up high. It's a super steal at line time. It's brave to send guys up that close to the line and not stay on the ground and defend the maul. But sometimes you reap the dividends.
Tuisova's gone into the front of this line out. Again, they go down the back for Viliami Mata. It works this time, and no, it doesn't. As there was a knock-on here, just a little loss of control, and a couple of options for Fiji. Botsia devastated.
Let's go, fellas. Let's go. Time on.
With 1,000 words every now and then.
Yeah.
Oh, just lost it as he went for the grab.
Okay, Fiji.
Let off for Australia.
Into the back, accidental. Let's go.
Good pressure in the line out again, though.
If there's one thing that Australia have actually got with Frost and Richie Arnold, 2 really good line-out jumpers. Will Skelton, obviously missing him in the mobile movement department, the bulldozing right through the middle and the ball carrying. But in terms of the line-outs, Richie Arnold and Frost, absolutely clinical, get really high in the air, and they work really well to try and steal their opponent's line-outs.
And both really tall, 2 meters 08, Richie Arnold, 2 meters 06, Nick Frost.
So opportunity lost for Fiji as Jordan Pitaya sends us away to touch. It's come off the side of the boot, though, and this very knowledgeable crowd. They're aware not quite what Jordan Pitaya would have wanted.
Good gap.
I was looking at the line-out stats of Fiji earlier this morning.
7.
About 30% to the front, about 30% to the middle, and about 40% of their line-outs go to the back. The last one was to the back, and it was successful, except for the knock-on.
The front is successful, and they go quick ball off the top this time. The ball is dribbling along the ground, but Tuisova hits and spins out of one, and then drags McWright with him another half a metre or so. Ball back in field for Landradra, up to the 22. Fiji pressing, play on as again Drosesi puts a clever little quick kick across. Mark Wanganetawasi had it covered as Wainagolo bear down on him.
Just the odd ball going to ground now. Just as a result, losing a little bit of momentum. But every time Landradra gets his hands on the ball, the crowd get properly excited.
It's a new ball, got to be set. Can't go quickly.
It was a different ball. That's why play on. Well, they weren't allowed to play on. So Australia's fans take a breath.
2 meters too.
Poreki hits his man in Nick White. Second half underway in this Pool C match. A potentially decisive encounter. A Fiji win will blow the group wide open.
Inside. Drop. Hold.
40 minutes to decide that as calming presence of Ben Donaldson at the back for Australia clears away.
Calm start to the second half. After everything in the first half, that was pretty calm. Decent clearance. Keeping it simple, Australia, making sure they get away from that little danger zone.
Fiji's line-out had some troubles late in the half. No such issue there, though, as Putia peels off here, runs straight into, and then driven back by Valentini. It's there, though, for Tarakitaveta. As Fiji play forward and play early. Wainegolo coming in and tried to slip the ball to Dorosesi in traffic. It comes free, and the mistake is made.
Oh, sometimes you just got to be a little more patient than that, don't you? He's had very little chance so far today. Wainegolo ran into the space on the back of a really strong carry. This is a brilliant tackle as well from Rob Valentini.
Yeah, lost forward,
him up, drags him back.
Time off.
No quick ball coming from there. Into the space he went. Just tried a little impatient offload there. Might have been better off just hanging on. Can understand the thinking, though. It's a game of few opportunities right now. Oh, he's playing the price as well.
Juta Wainegolo,
Line out called.
who made that run. He didn't play in this first game. Came into the side.
We'll just wait on the 14.
For Ravu Talmanda. Some concern for him.
Guys, we're waiting on your 14 anyway.
One of the handful of Olympic gold medalists in this Fiji side. Knows performing under pressure on big occasion.
And you can understand the attention being paid to him. As a winger, you can't run unless your ankle's 100%. You can't step, you can't do what's asked of you in terms of the basic role of an outside back.
Is he good? Is he staying?
And if Juta Wainegolo can't actually do that, then it's not worth him being on the pitch, because he is electric, isn't he? He's such a wonderful player. It looks like he's limping, and it looks like he's going off, which is a big blow for Fiji, of course. An extraordinary athlete, of course. You talked about an Olympic gold, but what he does down at Toulon for Rugby Club Toulon in the top 14 is sensational. Wonderful player, and it's a big shame.
Well, you could just see his foot getting trapped under the tackler's body as he went to ground. That's what's done the damage. He's making his way off. This Juta Wainegolo. Kambosi makes his way on. Played in the game against Wales.
Come on.
Here's the jersey 23. Kambosi, who Wainegolo replaced in the starting side, so it's going to get more good minutes here as Australia. Nick Frost has been a real pillar in the middle. Fiji have got in, and it's sending this Australian driving more backwards at the moment. Now it's controlled in the back, though. Fiji trying to add a couple more bodies in as Australia are told to use it, and Frost will send this up with that educated right box kick. It's coming down for Ramdradra, just on his own side of halfway. Nawangani Tawasi is there to wrap him up. All laid back for Fiji. Tarakitaveta.
And use it!
Volley sets to return favour. Carter Gordon coming forward for Australia. They don't get near it, though. It's allowed to bounce, and it's going to land for Tuisoma. He's got a clear run to the corner. Joshua Tuisoma flies over the line.
Well, every now and then you need a little bit of luck. You need the bounce of the ball. You can celebrate Dwaseli Serevi. Isn't that a wonderful picture? Well, the kick was a good one. Australia didn't get any hands on it. It bounced between the two jumpers who both dummy jumped. And Tuisova, big and strong and powerful, enough pace to get to the corner. Try number one for Fiji today, and how important is that going to be?
You can't.
Shoulder to shoulder, is it?
Sorry, Joe, carry on.
I was going to say, both jumpers were almost doing dummy jumps. They almost dummied themselves.
Yeah.
You just can't leave the man, can you? I mean, it's over. I mean, he's already made 8 ball carries, 76 meters made, tackle breaks 5. You know, and when he's on his own like that, you will not stop him. He's an absolute, you know, locomotive, Fijian locomotive, unstoppable. Take the ball, and he's got a clear run to the line. No one is going to get near him.
Scored a try against Wales off the bench, was a real spark, and now he's extended Fiji's lead. Here's Kuravoli from the sideline. He cannot miss. Simeone Kuravoli adds 2 more. And Fiji break out early in the first half, 17-8.
Well, he was more surprised than anyone was, Terry Salvo, Robbie. Ball bounced into his hands and he was gone.
Yeah, it's just too easy, isn't it? I mean, you know, a Fijian flyer like that who knows exactly how to score points, score tries, you give him a free run. He's going to take it every time.
And importantly, Kuravoli just can't miss.
Yeah, and there's something to mention about Simeone Kuravoli. He's probably the 3rd choice number 9 for Fiji, of course, with Caleb Muntz, who, of course, you know, picked up that injury just going into that first game. And then, of course, we have Frank Lomani on the bench.
Oh, charged down by Richie Arnold, the big frame, but concedes a penalty. Australia offside. At that breakdown of a real bit of luck for Fiji.
Oh, real let off. He's a tall man, Richie Arnold. Not behind the last man's feet is what's been ruled by Andrew Brace. Tall and lanky, 2 meters away. He's going to charge down a few if he gets half a yard.
You know, that's an interesting point, that is, Joel, because Richie Arnold doesn't just charge down, but he also, you know, with the driving balls, he'll get his hands in there, well, you know, swim, as they call it, and just get his hands on the ball, on the player with the ball, and bring them down. He is an absolute annoyance for every team that he comes up against. Line out, charge downs, and in the defensive maul.
And this is a little worry. The kicker, the man who's been on fire, Simeone Kuravoli's got cramp. To be cramping with 35 to go is a little bit of an issue.
Okay, we're good.
Well, it's a good 1-2 punch with Lomani on the bench. The reason Lomani not starting this one is that he just pulled up a little bit sore, but Fiji here eventually, Equalizes is going to throw this, but they are lining up an all-new front row to come on shortly. Stolen again by Nick Frost. He has been a menace in the line-out. A chance for Australia to strike right back.
Yeah, away now.
Gordon, just a little jink and a weave and then stopped by that man. Kuravoli can't keep the scrum half out of it at the moment. Petaya stabs a low, hard kick down. It's twisting and awkward for Droasesi, but it's going to go too long.
Simeone Kuravoli stretching out those calves again. He's probably short on a bit of game time as well, particularly in this humidity and this heat that we've experienced here in Saint-Etienne.
There's no advantage there.
Great steal at the line out again.
The ball was available.
Frost up at the front, pops it down beautifully. Australia with a little free ball.
Yeah, mate.
Gordon with a little step inside.
Tom off.
And then came the little grubber for just too much on it.
Number 9 wide.
Comes the change at 9.
Such disappointment for Simeone Kuravoli as Frank Lomani comes on to replace this outstanding halfback. What a first 46 minutes he had.
Let's go. Come on.
14 points, and you just can't underestimate how important those 14 points are. It's a real confidence booster to Fiji. They've struggled to get over the white line, but he has put them in the game, got them in front, and he's controlled it for a fair chunk of this massive pool decider.
Time on. Let's go. Shoulder out. And nice and straight, everybody. Crouch.
Frank Lomani, vastly experienced now, his 28th cap. He just pulled up a little sore after that match against Wales. He's going to get a good 35 minutes here. Scrum is cribbing sideways a little bit. Normani is going to get a penalty at the back.
Fiji have been trying to do this for the last 3 or 4 scrums. Try to just put the pressure onto that Aussie front row, particularly on the slipper side, who's playing a tight head, an unfamiliar position to him. And in fact, they got the wheel on the loose head side, which was quite impressive. Forced the penalty.
Number 1, stay square, please. You've got to stay square.
I think we've got to look at the start of the second half and the amount of possession that the Australians haven't had. As we see the penalties conceded, 9-3, which is very high for Australia. They just haven't managed to get the ball in their hand, and it's all been about Fiji in the first 7 minutes.
This area has been an issue for Fiji. It's nicely brought down by, you saw Narsilisila, and Matavesi peels away. Oh, the ball just bounced hard into the chest of Lomani, but they're playing under advantage. Referee had Australia up offside, so they've got a penalty here, has Fiji, and they're all pointing, all of them pointing to the posts. Penalty
number 10 against Australia.
So number 8, the call is advancing offside, number 8 called. Okay, he has to hold the 10.
They were so disciplined against Georgia, Australia.
And it will be a shot at goal. This is the game this Rugby World Cup needed, isn't it? It's Fiji came unstuck a little against Wales, lost a game they probably could have won, probably think they should have won. Backs against the wall, they've come out here and they've been really good so far this afternoon. They've got a long way to go, but if they just keep that scoreboard ticking over, they're certainly on the right track. The French crowd wearing white shirts, supporting the underdog. Wonderful atmosphere. It's just brilliant.
Frank Lomani just onto the field will take over the goal kicking duties from Kuravoli. 2 from 2 against Wales last week. Lomani, this one just pushed away to the left.
Just leant back a little bit on it.
Come off.
Got a bit of a hook. Right, here comes
1, 2, and 3.
Another change. Suli Vunivalu, the Fijian Rugby League
Australia
test player, makes his way on, and it's going to get the expense of Carter Gordon, which might be a little surprising. It might need a reshuffle.
Very interesting change for Eddie Jones. Fly half coming off, so they will reshuffle. Ben Donaldson will go up into first 5. Mark Nawangani-Tawasi will slot back to fullback, and Vunivalu on the wing. Vunivalu, another of the handful of Australian players with Fijian descent, as I just said. Duruasesi sends this one high. Nawangani-Tawasi underneath it, got hit hard by Duruasesi, got his timing perfect as the 2 15s come together.
5 out.
Valentini just caught behind the game line. Vicky Davetta did really well to get out of there.
Use it. Stay.
And again, White will shape with the box kick and send it for Vunivalu to chase. Randraja underneath it. Vunivalu up in the air, and it's going to forfeit Nayatalevu and Fiji. Randraja did just enough. There's Butsia.
Use it.
Barrels himself into the Australian defence once more.
No more.
Lomani, no real chase on this one for Donaldson. Had plenty of time for Nawangani-Tawasi to get it away and smash this way downfield. Teller eventually receiving it on the 5-metre line. Fiji looking to open things up a little here for Duruasesi, and it's not a bad clearance again from deep.
Smart play. Realised the space was out on the right-hand side. One long pass and then a good kick. Changes in the front row. It's the front row that have worked their socks off this afternoon in really hot conditions. Maui, Matavesi and Tongi make way. And on come Tavita Ekinevera, Penny Rabai and Masaki Dongu. What a shift these 3 have put in.
Line-out ball goes deep and down the back. Once more it's Frost. Karevi tries to get through. His opposite stolen away by Bortia. He tears off, and there's one of the new men, Masaki Donge, straight into the action. Lomani for Nayatalevu. Marcia Nayatalevu, the long, lean centre for Fiji. As they swing on to attack, another of the fresh legs carries hard. And now straight up the middle, Lekema Tangivalu up over halfway. Fiji pouring forward, trying to find the seam, and then throwing that ball wide and over the sideline again, just as it looked to open up for them.
Just keep it simple hands. All it needed was simple hands. Such a good opportunity, created brilliantly. Oh, there's the little steal. What a turnover that is. And he makes the little offload. Well, bad news again. James Slipper getting a bit more attention. Look at the numbers out wide here. So well executed. First wave of dummy runners. The ball in behind. Second wave on fire. 4 against 1. Just needed simple hands.
Just stay 2 and 2 at the front for me, please.
Straighten and hands. Oh, opportunity spurned.
You know, sometimes you just got to be a little bit more patient, you know, just, you know, attack that line, but just make sure that the defender comes as close as possibly can and then get it out. You know, they do it, you know, on their days off, they do it all the time. It is just a simple pass. That's all they needed to do. I think that when we see Ranurado and what he did, you know, with that final pass against Wales, you know, it's so disappointing. They just got to be a little bit more patient at times, because that's when they'll make the difference.
Parecki to Frost. It's been like a metronome. That line-out ball as Valentini will crash it up to try and relieve some of this pressure that's been building on the Wallabies. And there's a nice open space. A nice hold for Angus Belt. Look to get the arms free. Now Australia trying to stretch, and it's a good ball for Vunivalu up over halfway. A centering kick for himself to chase. It's going to be far too heavy, though.
It's a great breakout. It may not have been the result Australia wanted, but they'll take great heart from this. Brilliant breakout. Space there was in behind, a little chip over the top. The good hands were good. Just simple skills. Cover defense was coming. Oh, and take that. Welcome to the game.
Yeah, Scrum, yeah.
Enough said.
Just left it on that.
Just the first glimpse, though, of Suliasi Vunivalu. Such an electric ball player, carrier, runner.
Stay bound, don't come up to the front row, 7.
There wasn't too much space for him to run into there, but it would have been nice to see him have a little go. And Robbie was talking about patience, you know, just to maybe step inside, try beat a man or two, set it up, go through the phases again, ball continuity.
Yeah, no stability whatsoever.
All new front row for Fiji. Ravai and Donge, the two prop forwards, and Kanaviri, the hooker.
Bound to be a reset when there's a new front row on.
New personnel, okay?
He's done well. He's done well to survive. Ankle problem early on in the game, James Slipper.
Let's go, guys, let's go.
We talk about war horses in the game, 134th cap, playing on the side of the scrum where he is not as familiar with, carrying an injury by the sounds, and still going hard. 54 minutes in, James Slipper.
Bind! Sit. Sable.
Good shove this time from Fiji. It's got them great front football from which to spread through the hands of Nayatalevu. Stabs a kick low and hard into the ground for him. Morsi to chase. Vunivalu is back there. Not a lot of room to move. Vunivalu, and he's hustled into the sideline. They'll play on him.
To give you the mark. 9 never held. You're in front of the kicker advancing.
In fact,
21.
got the advantage, Australia.
Never held. Always advancing in front. I've got it here.
Player offside from the kick.
Yeah, number 9 in front of the kicker. 21. You never held.
He's impressively impassive, Simon Rawalui.
He is. He's one of the calmer coaches we've seen sitting there. Hasn't given away too many penalties this afternoon. Only 3. That would have been the 4th. Number 9. I guess that's Frank Lamani wearing the 21 shirt. He was in front of the kick and carried on chasing. Scrum halves do tend to run that inside line, but if you're in front, you're in front.
Timing good.
Important moment here for Australia.
Sexton James.
Richie Arnold, they set the drive on the big lock forward, coming into the side late in the piece.
Through the middle there.
Poor Ricky, the captain.
Goal players to floor.
Australia all in tight at the moment. Karevi can't get through. Bortia, not many do. Frost just getting a little lateral, and that allowed at the level.
For good.
And Tangi Valu to come through, and now Fiji have blown through, and they'd stolen it, but then lost it on the ground.
Well, he tried to pick it up inside the ruck, didn't he? Should have just maybe stepped over and left it for the scrum off. Driven back by men a little bit heavier than him, I think. Nick Frost. He's had a good game, Nick Frost, actually.
Okay,
coming as a replacement during the week for Richie Arnold.
Counter ruck's good. Let's hear.
This counter ruck, they just needed to step over and leave it for.
Knocked it on. He picked it up. It is okay.
The scrum off changes galore here, Robbie.
Yeah, no, absolutely, and you know, it's going to be important because Isaac finds Lelewasa is going to come on. We've also got Zane Nongor is going to come on, of course. Big back rower, of course, from Queensland. A couple of big changes here. Nick White will just pass on a little bit of advice and then make his way to the bench just next to me. He needs to inject a little bit of speed into the, into the back line, make that connection. I think that's really important. And look at this man coming off. He served. He's done his job, hasn't he?
That he has. Courage galore. An old warhorse, I think you called him, Ricky. Summed him up pretty well. What a servant. Over 130 test matches. Only 3 starts at tight head. Big ask of him today. He's been wonderful. In tough conditions, in a pack of forwards, against a pack of forwards that have been really solid.
Big moment for Isaac finds Lelewasa, just his second cap. Only made his debut against France a month or so ago, was uncapped at the time of this squad selection. No Tate McDermott for Australia today. Big ask of the 27-year-old halfback, bit of a late bloomer. A huge opportunity as well for this man there in 21.
It's a very good platform, this is, for Australia. You know, inside of the Fijian half. Let's see exactly what they can produce from here. They've got fast backs, of course. They need to get quick ball or just give the Fijian scrum a little bit of a hassle here.
Australia flood out to the left, putting numbers in for Donaldson. Ngawanganetawasi playing up at fullback now. Donaldson to run the show. It's a good carry up over the 22. Here's Nongor with his first touch.
Good.
Lelewasa. Some good momentum here, tipped on just as Betty sits down Hambosi. Still there for Australia. It's awkward. The hands are outstanding down low. Brilliant work from Arnold. Betty.
Away now.
Australia, it's a rare foray for them this close to the Fiji line. 10 metres short now as they line up again. The distribution is quick from Fines Lelewasa. 5 metres short of the line, pounding away, penalty!
Well, first Oregon player, clear lift on the ball. Holding on.
Well, he'd have been so happy with the build-up, Eddie Jones, and so disappointed in the steal.
Clear lift on the ball.
Right in front of the poles, Rory Arnold. Was he the man with the carry? And then someone was just jackling in over that so quickly. There's a little bit of a problem here for Masaki Donga. He took a bit of a bang on the head. I wouldn't be surprised if he just called off for a HIA test.
That's definitely going to happen, I think. You know, he was wobbly, he got up, he even bumped into a player as he tried to stagger back into position. Not in a good place. And Botia, yeah, just suffering there on the ground.
Well, he's been really good Botia today. He's made 14 tackles. We saw some unbelievable tackle statistics from the Welsh against Fiji last week. Botia turning it around today, though. Here comes the HIA. It is going to be Donga, who just goes off to get checked.
So that brings Luke Tangi back on for Misaki Dongi. Botsi is still down. Australia have made some changes. Rob Leota out there in jersey 20. He's replaced Fraser McWright.
Looks like he got a bang in the jaw there more than anything else.
It's the left cheek, the upper left cheek, but he's as hard as nails. He's made of titanium, for crying out loud. He's back on the pitch. Of course he's going to deal with this.
And did you see the size of that bicep while he was on his haunches?
Yes. It's about the same size as Joshua Tuisova's calf muscles.
I think you're right about that.
Skittles, I think they are.
Jordan Ulesi also out there in jersey 16 for Australia, replacement hooker.
Thanks, Ricky. You're calling the subs. I appreciate it. Albert Tuisui coming on.
Time on. 2 and 2.
It's a fairly handy replacement, isn't he?
It is, isn't it?
Tuisui in jersey 20. Here's Fiji heading towards the final quarter of this match with a 19-8 advantage over Australia. This one hanging in the air and bouncing. Kurabesi got nowhere near it. It's come off the hands of Tangi Vailu, and it will in fact have been knocked on.
Well, that's hit the Skycam's cable.
Yeah.
Very definitely. It happened right in front of us. It hit the cable and deviated and went the other way, and I think that's got to be a Fiji scrum. It's a bit of a debate going on down there now.
Well, they're just obviously understanding who had possession from that, but logically it should be Fiji.
Okay, let's go.
Well, they did knock it on when it did come down, Fiji,
yeah,
so
that's true.
Australia look like they're going to get the put in.
Crouch! Bind! Set!
That scrum wheeling away, and Australia get the scrum penalty this time.
The 17 on the outside.
Just trying to work around the outside there, the Fijians.
Same as the one over there, number 17, around the corner.
Obviously going to go and kick for the corner here. A little just behind the halfway line, and work that line out just like they did before. They've still got some very good jumpers in that line out. Richie Arnold there, of course, and Nick Frost still in position. It's working well.
Just the maul, they've got to get some go forward on now. The line-out's not a problem. Fiji have defended the maul pretty well, though.
Dave Parecki, the captain's left the field, so first throw for Jordan Ulesi. There it is for
Australia to floor.
Richie Arnold. Once again, Fiji able to get in and disrupt, so Ulesi has to come away with it. Oh, over there to Stariki Taveta, Tiahiwaru Stariki Taveta with a huge play for Fiji.
Well, the maul was coming backwards, and there was a little peel to the left, completely isolated, but what a little jackal that is. Game of, I say it every week, game of little mini battles. Look at this, Olo Ulesi around the corner, and then hands on the ball. Brilliant steal.
A man born and raised in Te Araroa on the east coast of New Zealand. The community there did a fundraiser, a big raffle to get his mum Vicky here. So Vicky is in the crowd just watching her boy steal that one away for Fiji.
Well, the kick goes out. You can imagine what it's like back in Fiji with all of the people watching this encounter. They must be on the edges of their seats, and all the Fijians around the world. This is such a great position for them to be in, up against Australia.
Bulavanaka to them all as we head into the final 20 minutes, and that one is a wobbly old line out. It's getting tight and tense now. Mistakes coming into the game as it's tidied up by Ulesi. A chance for Australia. Through the on-field captain, now Karevian, now Pitaya. That's gone up over the shoulder. Advantage being played for the high tackle.
Okay, there. Time off. Just a captain, please. Captain. What's that?
Seatbelt tackle. Definitely a penalty. It's on the shoulder.
It is
should be no more than a yellow.
High. That's the third one. I spoke to you in the first half, and it's the second one by him. Okay, we need lower tackles, please. Thank you.
First half penalties early on. They'd only conceded a couple Fiji, and that was for very similar incidents. So just a little warning.
Well, I said it earlier, didn't I? They do tackle quite hard. They do make a point of tackling the ball, the Fijians. It is a little risky at times. Every now and then it slides up. Every now and then you end up with a seatbelt like that, and that's a penalty against them.
Hold the gap.
Looks like they've been to war, the Australian forwards.
Timing's good.
There he is again, Nick Frost. And Australia will drive towards Fiji's line. It's stopped and stop early.
Go change.
And now cribs sideways again. Well, Leslie has it in the back for the Wallabies.
And use it.
Going to have to use it now. Finds Lele Awasa. Will spread for Karevi. Fiji getting in over this one again, though. Another steal at the breakdown.
Well, the momentum's been with Australia for the last 7 or 8 minutes, and you can just sense the crowd starting to worry for this Fijian team. And every time there's a steal made, they're up, they're on their feet, the Fijian fans, the French fans shouting for the underdog. And all of a sudden, hands on the ball, steal again, and a chance for relief. 11-point game, still 17 minutes. It's just everything to play for.
And
you could, sorry, Robbie, you can just sense the crowd starting to get concerned.
No, Joel, I was just saying, Joshua Tuisoba, what can't he do today? I mean, you know, he's been absolutely everywhere. The carries, the tackles, scored a try. He's been absolutely everywhere. Such an important part of this Fijian performance today.
Now Silasila in the middle this time for Fiji.
Okay, stay. Okay, hold.
Slow this time for Lamani, and that's going to be a penalty on. Arnold's going to protest his case. But they can't do that to the halfback.
Tackle him off the ball, okay?
Oh, it's a free exit, isn't it? It's a marginal game. It didn't sound like he was called for offside. It sounded like he was called for tackling the man without the ball. Giano came around just a little too quickly. Oh yeah, he's not got his hands on the ball. So Fiji, who have been camped on their line for a good 7 or 8 minutes, camped inside their 22, are out. They're out of danger for now.
They've piggybacked them downfield, has Australia with penalties. And now Fiji go quick again. A chance to really turn the screws here. Radra clatters into the line. Now Nai at the lever, ball down low. His players knocked out everywhere. Going to stop play here. Just an awkward collision of bodies.
Yeah, no, it's your penalty. It's your penalty. It's your penalty.
Yeah, they're taking him straight out into, you know, to see the doctors back out into the medical room, it looks like, for Jordan Walesi.
Frank Lamani just pulled that last kick of his a little, just leant back ever so slightly and got a bit of a hook on it.
Lamani makes no mistake this time, and now Fiji starting to think it's possible as that lead is extended out 22 points to 8. They lead Australia, 15 minutes to play.
Oh, and it's 14 points. How important is 14 points? 2 converted tries would give you a draw as Malakai Foketi makes his way on.
Yeah.
Is it Karevi who's come off? Karevi's been just outstanding as he makes his way off. Surprised to see him go. He's been one of the shining lights.
Volsi brings down the kickoff for Fiji.
Last feet.
Timo Mayanavanua's out there in jersey 19 as well for Fiji as well.
And away now. Onside. Onside. Use it!
Lomani as Nwangani Tuasi comes forward and takes this one easily. Hasn't had a lot of open spaces, but he's so dangerous. The ball spills into the hands of Angus Bell, and again, this voracious defence of Fiji comes forward at them. Frost still going.
Okay.
He's had a whale of a game, the Australian number 4. They're going to chance their arm now. They kind of have to, Australia. Petaya stepping and jinking and stopped again. That one.
Yeah, no foul play.
We'll carry on, no foul play, said the referee. Looked like it crept up a little high again. Play on. Droa Sessi safe as houses under that high ball. A little isolated and stolen though. Australia's turn for a big defensive play. Lalakai Foketi just onto the field. Huge play from Foketi to come onto the field and earn that penalty.
Yeah, good timing as well. Chasing the game.
12.
There's not a seat free here today at Geoffroy Guichard here in Saint-Etienne. 41,294 fans here in this wonderful stadium that they call the Chaudron, the Cauldron.
Well, a little change. They've also been in the wars. Joshua Tuasova, who has been just outstanding this afternoon, replaced by Vilimani Botito. Getting the applause he thoroughly deserves.
Come on.
Huge chance here for Australia. Time starting to tick against them. It's a good line-out ball from Matt Phillip, and now all the backs pile into this maul. It's tucked in the back under the right wing of Porecki. They've got advantage. Australia organised up towards the line. Porecki, another advantage for them. Vunivalu over. Quick pick.
6 entry.
And Suliasi Vunivalu
17 taps. That was good.
Scores the try Australia desperately needed.
Oh, and the timing couldn't be better. Still got 10 or 12 minutes to go. Boy, he's got some little electrifying feet there to dart through them all. He's right in the French players amongst the forwards, mixing it up, stretches. Certainly scores. Fiji battling to defend them all this time round, and penalty advantage was against them already. The grounding was fine.
They had to strike Australia.
Try is good.
And this is an important kick as well. Ben Donaldson to close the gap for Australia. Expertly done. Another 2 to the total. Australia fighting back. It's Fiji 22, Australia 15 with 10 to play.
Great try from Vunivalu. The fact is that, you know, it all comes down now to the final 10 minutes, and every detail counts. The small details will win this match. Discipline, you know, making sure that you keep hold of the ball, not giving away penalties, free kicks or anything. Got to be meticulous now.
Restart lands in the hands of Donaldson, who pumps it back downfield again. Fiji look to go quickly, no.
Good kick from Donaldson. Onto the Fijian 10-metre line.
Good gap,
A draw. Or should we say those dreaded words? What does a draw do to this pool? Australia certainly have the momentum right now. Fiji, their two best players have gone off in the last 5 or 6 minutes.
Ikanaveri
Good contest.
Can't find his target. It's come off an Australian hand. They'll get a redo.
Matt Phillips up there. Boy, their line-out has been good today in Australia, in particular contesting opposition ball.
Do-over from Ikanaveri. This time it's Frost again with another steal. Nick Frost, who's been in absolutely everything. Scooped up by Tom Hooper.
Last feet.
Australia. It's almost the reverse of what we saw between Fiji and Wales, where it was Fiji flying home. It's Australia.
No.
But they're still chasing the game. Sent high again, Hawasi. Doesn't get to this one though. Knock-on advantage for Australia. Finds Liliawasa, will recenter everything for Valentini up the middle. Gets through one, can't quite, but still going, pumping those legs, almost through a second. Here's Frost. He skips out of a tackle up over the 22. Australia piling forward. The gold jerseys attacking the Fiji line. Nongor. He's taken down in a good hit. Fiji have got reorganised again. Flat ball for Valentini on the angle, well read. Keep pressing away to the right where Vunivalu is stationed. No way through this time. Fiji hands on ball, another breakdown steal. Semi Randraja this time.
Chris Mines. Clear left on the ball. 11.
Oh, the timing of the steals. It's one thing to make the steals, the timing is so often what's so important. Australia with so much momentum coming forward. There's been some huge performances. Valentini has been massive in carrying the ball. Frost has been brilliant in the lineouts and in his work rate. And Semi Randraja, yeah, with a timely hands on the ball, a brilliant little bit of jackling, winning the penalty, and some relief with 7.5 minutes to go. Fiji hanging on by the fingertips at the moment.
Really thought that Australia would, just continue to go through the phases, because they played a lot of phases against Georgia, 7+ on average, and still managed to score the points, of course, just losing the ball at a critical time there.
Big throw, this one goes over the top, and it's scooped up by Hooper, the line out. All sorts of shakes and wobbles from Fiji. Australia spread, Korobeti, he's got Ngawanganituwasi with him, doesn't use him. Probably running out of room. Ngawanganituwasi as Korobeti rolls another metre, and you can't roll like that on the ground. Australians off their feet as well.
Moments, little moments. Should have let this go, maybe straighten and make the pass. There was a player coming on the inside. Trasesi could have shifted if he had made the pass, so he carried it up. Oh, is that a shoulder charge? Australian fans are thinking so.
Dave Parecki's definitely asking the question as well. Impassive Raiwalui, Glenn Jackson next to him, not doing quite so well.
Sonny Merrill will try and throw that in as quickly as possible. Get the attention away from the shoulder charge.
Luke Tangi in jersey 3 left the field, had to come back out. It's a massive shift from the tight head. 6 minutes to go. That line out much better from Fiji, and the maul is quick to set and rolling up over halfway. Peeling off metres are the Fijians now. It's stopped for Lamani, and he's going to clear. Nervy ball out the back as Teller has to go and scoop it up, and he's swarmed upon by Wallabies jerseys.
Use it!
Lamani looking for some protection. He's going to send this down. Kurobeti, 25 metres out from his own line, brings it down safely and returns favour. There's 3 Fijian players back there, and they're all going to run into each other, Lamani and Droasesi. But
Fiji!
no problem for Lamani in the game. Now Ngawanganituwasi trying to find some open spaces, looking for the 50-22. He only finds Teller.
Fiji!
Now it's a good clearance for Fiji. Australia will go quickly. Donaldson for Petaya. Jordan Petaya looking for some spaces. Again, it's straight down the throat of Randraja, who picks himself up off the floor. And the game of force back continues. All eating up the clock, though, as Australia chase this game. Who blinks first? As Fiji wind up again, trying to get this in behind that Australian back three, but once more, Kurabetsi is there.
It's outside.
This one with a little more length, but no problems once more. Finally, Fiji go for the safety of the touch line. Oh, it's bounced back in field, in fact. But its flag's gone up. The flag's gone up for a 50-22. Has it? Australia's playing on. The assistant referee, Jaco Piper, has his flag up on the side.
Thank you, Matt.
Well, was it 50-22 or did it go out this side of the flag? I think it may have gone out before. Yeah, it's out on the full. It's out on the full, which means... So it's not a 50-22, as much as the coaching staff think it may well have been.
Piper on the side had his flag out and down and talking on, but we carry on as it's still there for Fiji.
Knock on advantage. It's on the ball.
Ikanaviri still stolen away. They were playing a knock-on advantage, and you'd imagine Fiji are going to move very slowly to the scrum.
Yeah. Contest for lost on.
Okay.
Okay. Let's go. Time off. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Less than 3 minutes to play. Australia need a converted try just to tie us up.
Okay, time
Or will Fiji get their first win of this Rugby World Cup and their first over Australia since 1954?
Yeah. Point! Set!
The scrum stands firm and then it screws and they're going to reset.
Reset.
Which all eats up time.
Oh, Fiji won't mind that. They'll want that clock to wind down. So a little movement on that Fijian reset side again coming round.
No, it's good for me. Time off. You must stay down, everybody. Stay down, everybody. Time back on.
Well, it's not doom and gloom for Australia. They've still got to play Wales. If they beat Wales, they're right back in the mix.
Point.
Well, if it stays like this group gets blown wide open.
Stable.
Said it before the game. Points difference, bonus points. How will it be decided?
Fiji looking to put the final nail in. Nayat the Levu busting through the line. Finding a Mossy on the outside. Just dragged down. Ball back in field for Fiji is not quite there. They were soaring towards the line.
Oh, it's a great chase back by Marika Kurabetsi. Real pace, because the break was sensational from the captain. Nathan Kaleva. The timing of the pass was good. On the outside was Ambossi. Trying to get those legs going. Kurabetsi got him from behind. Bonus point saving, quite possibly match saving if they can go and score from here.
2-2.
Frost drags another one down. Australia need to go 80 metres.
Stay.
For a converted try to square the match. Donaldson sends it into touch. They might get one more throw.
There have been some brilliant performances today, haven't there, for Australia? Rob Valentini was superb. Nick Frost was outstanding. But that man there made 9 tackles, 2 turnovers, carried for 133 metres in 10 carries. He has been absolutely sensational. Joshua Tuasova is our MasterCard player of the match.
Australia. 9.
Fiji's lineouts found its form at just the right moment. And now they're 30 seconds away from a famous win, one that gets their campaign rolling in France. Botsito always lost control of that. Knock on the floor. One more roll of the dice for Australia, perhaps.
Oh, down to the wire. We called for a close game. We called for an exciting game. Doesn't get much closer than this. Australia will have one last throw of the dice here.
Okay, let's go.
From 60 metres out.
Okay.
Scrum time under a little bit of pressure. Whole lot of new players on the field. Some fresh legs. Edge of the seat for us, for the crowd, for the viewers. Sensational game of rugby here at Rugby World Cup 2023.
Dorsal Fiji, dorsal echoes around. Go Fiji, go. Those passionate fans, but Australia, one more chance. The scrum disintegrates all over the place. Penalty, Fiji!
What a moment for a big scrum. Look what it means to these Fijian players. It's the first time since 1954 they have beaten Australia.